This is Rocco. Jam Man is the second shooter. So how you doing, guys?
How you doing?
Doing great, man.
How's life treating you guys?
Pretty good. We're getting ready for our tour. We're enjoying the getting the album out there and living the dream, I guess.
Now, for those who are watching and unfamiliar with you, can you tell me all about the band?
Go for it, Trev.
Sure. Yeah. So the band is five-piece. We have two guitars, bass, vocals, a drummer. Our lead vocalist is Melanie Johnson. So one unique thing about us being like a super heavy band, we have female vocals, and she just kills it every day. Um, we are just now releasing our first full length album as Second Shooter. We've all been in other bands and projects over the years. We all came together for this project. We work well together. It's fun to work with these guys. Not one personal issue. I know sometimes that helps the creative process, but we get to work. We work hard, and if it's a crappy riff or writing technique, we're pretty honest with each other, and we go on to the next one. So, yeah, great people to work with.
We're based in Los Angeles. All of us are we? Trev, are you from Los Angeles? I don't think I ever asked you.
Yeah, no, I've always been in Los Angeles. I reside in Sunland, California, which is in between Pasadena and San Fernando.
Yeah, and I think the only person who's in the band that's not from Los Angeles is Melanie. She's from Maryland.
Yeah.
And we're all experienced musicians. We've been in other bands. We've played around Los Angeles before, and we just came together in this version of the band, and things have been going really good. Uh, we're playing the music we want to play, playing a lot of shows, meeting good people, just getting the music out there, really enjoying it.
Now, for those who have not heard you yet, how would you describe your sound?
That's pretty tough, actually.
You,
We are heavy. We blend a lot of different styles. We've never really said we're going to be this kind of band or that kind of band. We do what we want musically. We all have different influences, and those styles kind of come together. We have the death metal style vocals that are growled. Uh, we don't have a lot of blast beats, but we do incorporate some of that in our music. We have influences anywhere from Mastodon to Whitechapel. So breakdowns, but with song structure, choruses, but always aimed towards being heavy, aimed towards having energy and getting people to move in the pit.
What was the writing process like for this band?
the writing process is it kind of works great. Like we have a lot of songwriters in the band, so Jeff has written quite a bit. He also plays guitar as well as bass. Usually starts with a riff. We come into rehearsals and we'll play the riff, and somebody might have an idea, bounce one of their ideas out there, and then we start structuring the song, and before you know it, we have a song.
Yeah, it is kind of a democratic process. It's not just one person brings in everything,
Yeah.
and we all kind of bounce the riffs off each other. Travis actually does a lot of the riff writing, and then I might do the composition, but we all add something to it. Jim, even though he's the drummer, he actually helps a lot with the music. Mel writes a lot of the lyrics and has a lot of input on everything, so it's definitely a combination of everyone's styles. It's not just one person doing everything.
And Cage is the new single, is that right?
That's a song we wanted to focus on for sure. We feel that it's got a good uh, riff to it, that people can listen to it and really get moved by it. It's a little topical because it's not directly about the pandemic, but certainly about the sort of feeling of being closed in and losing contact with the outside during the pandemic that a lot of people felt when they got locked down. So it's just about that anxiety and having to deal with that pressure of being disconnected and sort of caged in.
So is this just gonna be a single or is there gonna be an album?
Oh, there's a whole album for sure. Fury
Ah,
Made Flesh comes out on the 19th, the day that we start our tour. It's 10 songs. This is one song off of it. Uh, full length, 40 minutes or something like that. We also had an EP out before this, actually two EPs that we just recently remixed and remastered and put out as Second Shot. But yeah, we got a whole album that'll be out week and a half. No, next week, exactly
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week from today, actually, it comes out. So
I should have actually here. I don't have the CD in front of me, but
ah,
that's what the cover is going to look like.
nice.
And yeah, really happy with the way the artwork came out. We had a guy named David Paul Seymour do it. He usually does a lot of like stoner and doom band covers, but I really liked his work and he was willing to work with me on what we wanted. We kind of gave him this motif of the Hindu goddess Kali, and we have a song called Bringer of Death that incorporates that. And this is kind of our interpretation of it. And the album title, Fury Made Flesh, is a lyric from that song.
Are people shocked when they hear how brutal the vocals out are coming out of a girl?
Yes, they are.
that's a fantastic question. Both Jeff and I probably have great stories about this. So like I'm a lifelong metalhead. I mean, I like all music, but always have enjoyed the metal more. And so as a result, my friends also that I grew up with, um, in my different projects, they want to listen in. What are you doing? What do you got? What's your new stuff? And so when we first started this project and I let them listen to it and they're like, who the hell is the dude singing vocals?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that it's Melanie, man. She's just
Yeah.
can just get low, man. It's just awesome. The way she's very unique in what she can provide, and we're very lucky to have her, man. She's
Yeah.
awesome.
It definitely surprises people when we do our sound checks or when we go up on stage. Mel, she's this kind of petite, sweet girl. And when she talks into the microphone, she sounds kind of like a Valley girl. And then she just lets one go and just roars into that microphone. It really kind of takes people by surprise. It's actually pretty cool. I like it.
Does ever people accuse like she's using a voice changer? Ever? Like do some
Uh,
people
I've
not
never heard that
no.
you can put your stuff out on the internet and of course everybody who sees it, they have an opinion or whatever.
Right.
I haven't I haven't heard per se that that she's modulating anything or any, but it is like they literally take reverb off for live
Right.
shows
Yeah.
because it's just natural. She's got a natural ability. It's pretty awesome, actually. I know
When you
she's my singer, so I'm going to say all good stuff, but she's also a great human. But it's all natural.
when you have singers out there like for Ginger or Venom Prison, and we've got more female vocalists doing those kind of deep growls, it's made it more normal, so people don't accuse them as often now of faking that voice, because women can do it just as easily as guys if they know how to do it. And yeah, she definitely knows how to get down there. We've got this one song, it's like a minute and a half grindcore, just blaster, and she gets pretty deep on it, and it's awesome. We really dig that.
Yeah.
What do you think about the aliens in Miami?
I'm sorry.
What do you think about the aliens in Miami?
Aliens in Miami.
I guess I'm not up on that one.
Yeah, I don't
Sorry.
know.
Nah, it's crazy. Like there's this whole situation about like this mall. Like so there was like a lot of loud noises and like bangs and stuff like that, flashes. So they called the police there and then they were like recording it from above because they got like a whole bunch of police, like an entire like SWAT almost. They had helicopters. It was crazy. And like they were recording the area and then people were saying like on the video and people were even saying like they saw like black figures walking around. But
Oh.
yeah, I
I,
personally saw two people, but that's what I
I
Wow.
I guess I haven't heard that story.
I'll have to brush up on that story. I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
So, do you guys plan on playing new shows the new album?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we go on tour. We're going to go on the Unhealthy Mechanisms tour with Go Ahead and Die and Body Box. That starts, we leave on Thursday, and our first show is next Friday, the very day our brand new album, Fury Made Flesh, comes out. And so perfect timing on that. Into Records, you know, got to give it to them. They helped us out a lot on that. So
Yeah, and we're doing 9 dates across Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas. It's a chance for us to kind of get out of California. We played tons of shows really up and down the coast. This is the first time us playing somewhere else. And yeah, so we have that coming up. After that, we don't really have anything lined up, but we always got people hitting us up for shows. There's definitely no shortage of us getting opportunities to play. Sometimes our schedules just don't work and we have to turn down shows, but yeah, we'll definitely have more shows coming up in the year.
What's life like for you on the road?
well,
Honestly, go ahead.
go ahead. Oh, this in with this band, it's we're traveling well. We have a Sprinter van with plenty of room. We also have like our tour manager following us behind in a big SUV, so there's plenty of room to spread out, plenty of room for gear. On this tour, we get to bring our gear. So, you know, we need a big place to store it. We got a lot of gear, a lot of good gear. So, and then we have hotels rooms every single night. So we're actually doing it well. I assume I'll gain at least 10 pounds going through Texas, probably eating brisket to my heart's content. But it, you know, we all get along really well. And you know, we've spent a lot of time together, so you know, we're all different human beings, but like when we're all together, it's just like being with your friends, you know, and you get to write music with them, and you know, it'll be fun. You know, I'm looking forward to it.
So, what's the best venue you've ever played?
Oh,
Ooh, man. Oh, man. Um, so let's see. Um, for me, probably the Grove of Anaheim. That was a few projects ago. The Grove of Anaheim is right near Anaheim Stadium where the Angels play. It's a it's a fairly large venue. Um, uh, Five Finger Death Punch was playing literally across the street that day. So um, we didn't pack the place, but it was fun. It was great. Good venue.
with this band, we've played the Whiskey a few times. We opened once for Ginger. We opened once for Scour. We opened once for Swallow the Sun. So, you know, we like playing the Whiskey. It's a pretty famous venue. We also played the El Cid, and I thought that was one of our better shows because we sounded really good.
Yeah.
You know, having good sound really makes a big difference. But we're kind of looking forward to playing some places we haven't been before. You know, the venues in Texas, some of them are very big and they look pretty impressive. So we're kind of looking forward to not playing places we've been before, doing something different.
What is your worst?
Oh, the worst.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I don't think we should drop names, but
yeah, we probably shouldn't drop names. There was a couple of dive bars we've done. We got called early in this project. We got called to do, and Jeff, let's see. Our show was in February, and on the stage and around the stage was still remnants of like a New Year's Eve party. I think it hadn't been swept up.
Some kind of
Which is
party.
fun.
There
Which
was
is fun.
confetti and streamers everywhere. The room wasn't set up at all. We get there with our gear. The guys running the place could not have cared less. We're like, hey, what's going on in this room? They're like, eh. So they make us cleaning it up. They make us set up the stage. There's some drunk lady like tripping on our stuff, throwing drinks. We had to have her escorted out.
She keyed my car.
Yeah, yeah. So once we actually started playing, like the show was cool and the other bands and the audience was cool, but the venue itself and kind of dealing with the promoter was a nightmare. Like, and I think that was only our second show, wasn't it? Like
I think that was our second show ever.
yeah, it was very early in the process, and it kind of let us know, okay, we as a band can get through anything.
Yeah.
If we can make it through this BS, we'll be able to play anywhere. Because
And
it was
and
rough. It was very
rough. And I do believe, if I'm not over speaking, I do believe that is the show that our other guitar player, Win, met his current girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah, that's where he
They've
met.
been together for years now. So for him,
Yeah, and it must have been a good.
he's probably got a different story.
Right. It must have been a good show. Otherwise, she would have been like, nah.
I know we played well.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
we played well.
Do you guys have a ritual before you guys go on stage?
Huh. Not really. We kind of warm up. Uh, you know, it, the anticipation before you start playing is always kind of the worst part. You're always waiting for your turn. You watch the other bands, but you really want to do is get up there and play, and you get antsy. But we don't necessarily get together and have like a meeting or like a thing that we all go through together. We all just kind of practice. Jim gets out his pads and he plays. I get out my bass and I play. Win gets out his bass. Travis and Mel are usually out pressing the flesh, chatting people up, getting people to get to the stage. So no, I wouldn't say that we do actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, buddy.
No,
Sorry,
no.
go ahead.
No, man, that was my part. I'm the interview. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, we just all have our own separate, different little rituals. Like Jeff said, I'm like a social butterfly. I love meeting new people. I love greeting my friends who are coming to the show. So I'll be down by the bar and just like chilling and talking and high-fiving and all that stuff. And then usually I 10 15 minutes before we go up, I'll pull out a guitar and just start kind of going over my stuff, get the blood into the fingers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's about it.
What is your favorite memory from playing a show?
I can answer I have a lot of favorite memories. That's a generic answer, but I do have one of our recent shows. We played at Rockefeller's in Corona, California, through Youngblood Productions. He always puts on great shows. And we were playing, and like a mosh pit started in the middle of the venue, and it's a smaller place, but there were enough people to just start going. And I was in my solo for Back to Before, and a person got popped out of the pit right into me, so it almost knocked me over. But when people are listening to our tunes with that much passion, it just pumps me up. So I love that.
Yeah, it usually isn't just one memory, but anytime the audience is into it, anytime you got someone in front of you who's just looking up at you and having the best time of their life, cheering along with the music, really getting into it, that's really what matters, is just sharing that energy back and forth.
What is your worst?
Oh, my worst would have to be like a technical problem where you have everything plugged in right, you have everything plugged in the right spot, and your amp is maybe in a jacked up jack that doesn't have any electricity, and it's time to go, and you're coming in like headbanging, and there's nothing. And so now you got to take the time, and the rest of the band, of course, is playing, and you got to take your time to backtrack your chords and all that stuff. So that's why we always second and triple check everything.
Yeah, when you have a gear failure or something like that, it's very nerve-wracking. For me, it wasn't with this band, but with another band. I played like the closing slot, which was like at midnight at this bar somewhere, and there was maybe 3 people in the audience, and one of those people was this lady who was just absolutely trashed, and she was just kind of leaning on the stage doing one of those wobble things, and yeah, and she was like kind of leaning over my pedals, and I'm like, she is going to hurl on my pedals. That is going to happen. Luckily, someone eventually dragged her away. But I mean, it was kind of insult to injury, because now we just lost 2 of the only people who are watching us play. But yeah, you played a lot of empty rooms when you first get started, and you just kind of deal with it. But I'm glad I didn't get my equipment ralphed on. So I suppose silver linings.
How do my followers follow you?
I'm sorry.
How do my followers follow you?
Oh, we've got an Instagram, we've got Bandcamp, we have some stuff up on YouTube, but not a ton. Facebook, we're pretty much across all the social medias. Just type in the name. There aren't
Second Shooter Band and secondshooterband.com. That'll take you anywhere you want to go.
Exactly. We've got a website with the domain name, and there's a link tree. You click on any of that stuff, you'll find our stuff. All of our music is on all of the streaming sites. When the album comes out, it's going to be on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all that. The current EP, Second Shot, is also up on all the streaming sites and available for purchase on our Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Any cool merch?
Actually, yes.
Oh yeah, we got a tour shirt. Yeah, we're on the Unhealthy Mechanisms tour, 2024. So we have our tour shirt, and the tour shirt is this in the front, which is the cover of our album. That's on the front, and then all the tour dates are on the back that we're involved with the tour. Then we also we have a Second Shooter black with this logo here, white, so white on black, and then on the back it says no gimmicks, no BS, just metal.
Because that's us.
Which pretty much encompasses what we're doing this for.
Pretty much. And those are also available right now on Bandcamp. People can pick those up. We only had them about a week, and we've already sold a couple, so we're pretty excited about that, and we'll have them on tour with us.
Yep. And it's people we don't know, which is awesome.
Yep.
No, you gotta hook up your boy with some fresh gear, man. It's the school season.
Okay.
You give us your address, dude. I got you.
Thank you. So, fun question time. You're on death row, and it's time for your final meal. What is on the menu?
Well, if you got to think about that one, for me, I've got a sweet tooth for roast duck and dumplings. I know it sounds weird, but my mom was Bohemian, so I've just always loved duck and bread dumplings, man. That's just my comfort food, and you got to go hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. For me, it's gonna sound kind of easy, but give me some tri-tip, give me some beef ribs. I love the barbecue sauce. I love the baked beans. I love the coleslaw, which we're going to Texas. So like I said before, man, I'm going to go wild. I'm going to feel like I'm going to the electric chair, man. So that's what I would have.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Ooh. I would choose telepathy, I think.
Telepathy?
Yeah.
Or maybe the ability to read people's minds, so that way you'd be able to get one over on them.
Yeah, you'd be one step in front of the posse on that one. That's good.
Right.
All right, let's say you can choose any song ever written by any band, and you can change that song to where you were the one who wrote it and it was your song. What song would it be and why?
Well,
do I get to be as famous as the band who played it?
Yeah, you get like all the royalties and stuff.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Again, you're going to go for it, go big. That's the song that pretty much defined metal. If I'm going to be famous for writing something, I might as well be famous for the song that pretty much started the entire genre.
I'm going to be a smart ass, and I would say Beat It from Michael Jackson, but what I'm really gonna say, what my real answer is probably Unforgiven from Metallica.
Right. Yeah, I guess if I'm getting the royalties, Enter Sandman, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Those guys are still making more money than most
Oh,
metal bands just off that one song.
Come on, man. It's awesome.
All right. Thank you guys so much for this interview. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, man,
Thank you so
so
much.
much. Send me a mailing address, and I'll get you a
okay.
shirt. All right, man. What size, dude?
Large.
You got it, brother.
All right. Thank
All right,
you.
man.
Have a nice night, guys.
Peace. Thanks
Take
a
it
lot.
easy.
Later.